Me this week. Sorry I wasn't about last week because I had a few things going on which weren't great. And life can be a bit difficult, can't it? Sometimes we all have our own experiences and our own things that we're going through in life. But I had kind of a scenario of trolling last week, and Michael was just protect myself. So for this moment in time, I've changed my name on Facebook as well, just to help with the process, because it was all about protecting me. I'll change it back probably next year, obviously, and I'll put my name back, or a version of my name back, because it was quite horrendous, and it just seems that the darkness is coming out in some really weird ways at the moment. So yes. It wasn't the greatest experience, if I'm honest, but it's nice to see that because I've changed my name, I'm still able to get on my pages and things, because I didn't know that I could. So that's great. But yeah, the darkness seems to be coming out in some really strange ways at the moment. It has been for that last 3 weeks, quite angsty. I don't know if anyone else has experienced it. I know I've got friends all over the world, and I have been hearing, similar things. People very angry and what I call agitated, angsty. But yeah, it hasn't been a great experience. So my name now is, as you can see it, Suzi Parrett, but my Parrett is my original. Is meant to be my family's name, but it got changed for whatever reason. But hey ho, experiences, whether they're good or bad, they're all part of, I suppose, evolving, learning. And I always try and look to the positive in everything. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. So I'm not going to dwell. But if any of you out there, morning Nicole, morning Beverly. It was a very, hi Miranda, it wasn't a very nice experience. So if any of you are wondering why I changed my name, that's exactly why. Under the guidance of Archangel Michael and Metatron, I did that. I actually took my page down, just to protect myself. And the other page that I have, I just totally got rid of it, so for the time being. But yeah, there's just some weird and wonderful stuff going on right now. But and just hold these people in love, because hi Jamie, it's just what else can I do? I don't know. But anyway, just another experience, and just move forward. I'm feeling for you guys in Australia, because you do have a very big space in my heart. You're very beautiful, loving people, and it's weird and wonderful stuff going on in your country right now as well. And I do mentor people in Australia, and I have had quite a few of you contacting me. I'm trying to help keep you grounded and focused, because I do know there's an awful lot of stuff going on in your country. So just try and stay in your sovereign self, and try and not be, I don't know, scared, if you like, by what's going on. There's a bigger picture, Michael keeps telling me. It's just sometimes we don't always see that. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Joe. Yeah, I know, Rachel. I've my thoughts and are with you all. It's just, it's a crazy time here right now on the earth. But yeah, just try and keep in your centered selves, and you know, be on the periphery of it. That's the only way I can describe it. But I just hope that you're all okay, and I'm just really, you're in my thoughts. Australia as a whole is in my thoughts, like the rest of the world, and I always, always like do my bit before I go to sleep for the world. And it's weird because I live my life. I have a spiritual maintenance thing that I do every day for myself, but also for humanity. I always say things, do you know what I mean, before I go to bed, for the whole world, and hope that we will get into the light once more, and collectively we will, come together, with which a lot of us are. It's actually bringing us together and not dividing the human race, and bringing everyone together. And that's something that Michael says. There's always a bigger plan, a bigger picture. We just don't see it. And because the social media, the news, bring in all the dark stuff, and it's all doom and gloom for us. So just try and keep away from it. But you have to know your triggers, what your personal triggers are, and keep the faith is what I'm hearing Michael saying. I know maybe, I know it sounds an odd thing to say, but even God's source knows he's kind of out of favor, but it is all about keeping faith without getting, I don't want to get too godly. I don't need to, but you know where I'm at with that. Surely it's just about, just knowing that there's a bigger path for humanity, but we're just not seeing it. We're not understanding what that is, because those cogs turn without us all knowing the bigger picture of us as a race and as a collective. We don't always see that, but just know that there's a plan, is what Michael tells me. There's a plan, but we just don't see it. So, try and keep in your sovereign selves, darlings. Yes, raising your vibration at all time, because if you're doing that, Azra, you're projecting that to the universe, which helps then make this plane kind of whatever's being projected to it. It makes us kind of untouchable, But like I say, that there is that bigger plan. But just much love, guys. Don't want to ramble. Don't want to, go on. But just much love to you, wherever you are in the world. And I just hope everybody is just trying to lift their vibration. And for sure, sorry, I'm really bad with pronunciation. Paris. There is a light of every tunnel, and like I say, there's a plan. We just, do you know what I mean, don't know what that plan is, but just to know there is one. Do you know what I mean? Just to know that there is one. And if we stay together, us light workers, we keep talking to each other, we're there for each other. You know what? That's what helps us as a collective, to know you're not alone. And Miranda, I love you, darling. I'd love to meet. There's so many of you I'd love to meet in the physical, because I loved Australia. Absolutely loved it. I loved the energy there. Oh God, it was just, I don't know. I just felt really alive especially in Queensland. I felt very alive, because obviously it's very coastal as well, and I just loved it. But not only that, I just love the people, guys. You're good people, and you don't deserve what's going on at the moment. It's just a bit crazy, but honestly, know that I'm thinking of you and loving you all. And we've got to stick together. Oh my God, do you know what, Miranda? Phillip Island, I'd love to come back there. Oh my days, I would. I loved it. Just to go and sit and freeze my butt off watching those penguins come in. I just absolutely adored it. I absolutely adored it. I know it's bloody hard, Ben, but just keeping your sovereign self, my sweetheart, because I was talking to somebody, I don't want to get too political, but I was talking to someone the other day, and there is, let me say this properly, there is legal people in your country that if you are being told that you lose your job and stuff like that, due to not wanting the V, they can help you. And I'm going to, all right, Michael's prompting me to say this. So I'm going to just give me a moment, because I was given this by a friend. She's in Queensland, Brisbane, but it doesn't matter. They are still a group of solicitors or whatever you want to call that are helping people with this at this time. So let me find it. Okay. Sorry, guys. I've got to say this because I've got to put it out there because Michael's like prodding me to. So please give me just a moment and then I'll get on with my show. But I just wondered. I can't seem to see it. How typical. I'll find it. Just hold with me one memento and I'll be with you guys. What the heck? Sorry, this is a friend of mine and we got blethering. It might be RDA actually. But guys, you know, you're not alone and there's ways around this. Because, you know, there's people in this country, they're called Helping Hands on Facebook, and they're really good as well. If there's any British people out there or Scottish people, if you feel you're backed into a corner with this, with your employees, they're called Helping Hands on Facebook. And after all this, I can't blimmin' see it. Hold on. I don't know why it's not there. One more try and then I'll move forward. Where's that? Come on. You'll get fed up at me in a minute. But I will start my show. I will do some readings for you. I will get it. I promise. Oh, the Pride is a group, apparently. I don't know if you can see that. It's called the Pride. It's on the Gold Coast. Apparently, that's a really, really good group. My friend was telling me for like-minded people. Okay, and what else was it? It might be that actually, Ben. GB Solicitors. For some reason, I don't know where it is. Now that's odd. That's odd, isn't it? How I can't find it. And I sent it. It was sent on 2 platforms, but it just goes to show. Yeah, it is G&B Solicitors. You're right, Ben. It is. It is. I've just got it. G&B. Just set G&B. And then I'll get on my show. I promise. Into them. You see, this is the thing. As a light worker, it's just not all about flipping doing readings. It's, do you know what I mean? It's about helping people and you know, passing on information, and that's what we need to do. So thank you, my darling Ben. They're on Twitter. Okay, amazing. Amazing. Right. I'll just pass the info. This lady that I mentor, she's in Darwin, so she's not. Do you know what I mean? She's not. You know what I'm saying? She's quite away from others, so you know she's the only one in her office that isn't bead. and she works in a big office. So, right, okay. I've done my bit with that. I brought it up. So apart from that, how is everyone? Is everyone okay? T. What does that mean? I mean, how is everyone? Is everyone keeping quite well on Twitter? Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, that's it. You know what I mean? I have to be so careful with, it can't get political, because if you do, they shut you down. So do you know what I mean? I have to be careful what I say, but whatever I say has to be constructive as well, Michael says. So, oh, I'm so sorry, Oni, you lost Mum. Bless her. Bless her. Let's see if I can get her. I'm not sure I'll get her energy, Oni, because I got a feeling that it will be too soon. It takes a bit of a while for them to come up and come down again. Did she go quite quick, Oni? It feels like she had complications, quite short illness, then she went. I'm okay with my connections with the angels are stronger than you told me it would be. It will be. Yeah, of course, Nicole, my little darling. I just wanted to see what Oni said. Yeah, but you have to understand, though, Nicole, you're going through ascension energies at the moment. Ha! Bet you never thought of that one. I just heard it. I just heard your physical body's going through ascension energies, and you will be achy. You will be pretty achy. That's what I'm hearing for you. Oh, that's what I feel. But that's what I feel like. A long battle, yeah. It will be with dementia, but towards the end, it feels like she went quite quickly. And it feels like you felt she'd obviously. It feels like you felt she'd already left you and she'd already gone. But she's definitely gone to the light. Is your dad passed? Because it feels like I'm being shown there's a male presence with her, and I'm not sure if it's hubby or whether it's her dad, because it feels like a very strong connection. And it feels like this male presence came in for her and let her release, because sometimes I know it sounds an odd thing to say, but it's true. Sometimes, even though somebody would have dementia, the soul still feels like there's something to do. And it feels like to me that then when your dad or the male presence came in that she recognized, she then kind of went, because that helped her kind of pass, is what I'm hearing. But she went to the light. She's in the light. There's no doubt about that. I don't have her presence with me right now, but it'll be too soon. But I want to bring up that very strong male presence kind of made her passing. Once she let go of the physical body, that's what I feel is quite quick. But yes, she's in the light. But I can't. The thing is, it does take time, and I try and explain this to people because the time here on earth moves so much quicker than it does in heaven, because time is a man-made thing anyway. But it's not just that; it does move slower in the heaven realms. So, when they go up there, it takes time to get them over, process, and do the life plan and everything they do, for them to then, if they want to, come back in visitation. So I haven't actually got her energy, but I know she's in the light because they keep just showing me, and I'm hearing she's in the light. It feels like peace. It feels like she's at peace. because I just feel this whole scenario with the this dementia, it feels like you've lost that person way before the physical goes, because they're not, obviously they look the same, but they're not the same, because depending on what type of dementia they have, they revert back to childhood and they don't recognize you. And there's some really horrible things, I think, as a physical loved one you have to process even before they've passed. But it feels like that experience, some of the experiences we sign up for as souls aren't the best, but it's that experience that you've had. But it feels now, I'm hearing she's just at peace, and it feels like it was, although sad to leave the family, it feels like it was a release for her, because those times of remembering, like, because you're not necessarily in pain in dementia, but I'm hearing it's like to be aware. She was a very proud person, I feel, and I feel she was very independent. And I think, to maybe now, as she's gone over and looked back as she was, she wouldn't have liked that. So it feels like a release and peace for her. But obviously it's sad to have left you all. And, that's how it feels. Like I say, illness, gosh, it's especially dementia, and a lot of illnesses aren't great. But she is definitely in the light. Definitely. And at a later date, Oni, I might get her spirit. But it just feels like it's a bit too soon. So I just hope that's resonated with you, and I hope, you can, bless you, start the healing process. And I'm just hearing from spirit, sweetheart, that however long that takes you, I'm hearing to remind you, which is quite unusual, if you like, that, it's a personal thing and you'll get over it. Well, not that you do, but you'll kind of process it, and it will take you as long as it takes you. Okay. And if you there's no timing to this, because I think you miss your loved ones every day. You just learn how to process that and to cope with that. I don't, even after my father's been gone for over 36, 37 years, I don't think, do you know what I mean, that you get over that fact, because you miss them, but they're there with you. There is no death. Know that, Oni, that they, the body, that physical body that we solely come into, that's what gives up, and then the soul goes home. So there is no death. We're infinite souls of the light, so I hope that helps, and I hope that helps, Oni, knowing that she's not gone, she's just not in the physical anymore. I hope that helps. And just give yourself time to grieve and process it, sweetheart. That's all I'm saying. It's bloody painful. It is. It's so painful. Rachel Louise. Do you know what? It's really funny reading that message, because what you've put, I'd love a birthday message on moving house and finding love. Done, and it says, love, done the healing, now been single for 8 years. Oh, my pleasure, Oni. Like I said, at a later date, Oni, I might, I might get her, I might get her energy. She might come through. You never know. Can I just say, with that message, pardon me, Rachel Joe. It's quite funny you've put that. I've been single for 8 years, but can I just say something? I don't think you've been ready for someone until because you say I've been single for 8 years, but it doesn't feel to me like you've been ready to have someone in your life, even though you feel like, 8 years, I suppose, in the scheme of things, it's quite a long time. But there's parts of that just doesn't, it just feels like that you haven't been ready either. And I think that's a part of the reason as to why it hasn't happened before now, because I don't know, it's that energy of like, you think you want someone, but do you really want someone? Do you know what I mean? The hassle of it, that's how it feels. Because you're quite good on your own, and it feels like you're independent and you like doing what you want to do when you want to do it. And it kind of, I've got that energy of like, do I really want someone? Do I not want someone? But for me, it feels like the right person. And I think that's something that, Rachel Joe, you have to look at. You have to know that you want the right person. So that's how it feels for me. It's, yeah. So for me, it's about knowing who you want it to come into your life, for that being that soul to come in. Because it feels like, like when you manifest, they say all part of manifestation. Obviously, you can write it down, you put it to the universe. But for me, it feels like you change your mind. And that's where it is. But I am hearing distinctively, when that person is meant to come into your life, he will. But it feels like you're getting yourself organized in life. Do you know what I mean? And that, I feel like, Joe, once you're kind of settled, you're organized, and where you're at, I think you'll be ready to accept someone. And you'll be, I know it sounds an odd thing to say, but it feels like you'll be in control of it. You've got your own place. If you don't want him there 24 hours a day, he can go to his own. You know what I mean? So that's how it feels. It feels that, once you're settled, and then you'll be like, then you can, have that person in your life, but as little or as much as you want that person. I know that sounds a funny thing to say. But yeah, I see you moving, Joe. It's it's a matter of when, and having that energy to fall in. That's how it feels for me. But I feel, what's going to be lovely is you can say, yeah, okay, I'm, go back to yours, and but you've got your, okay, Spirit is saying you've got your your sacred space, and that's highly important to you, Rachel Joe. So it'll fall into place. It really, really will. Yeah, I see that for you though, but it's all about, it feels for me with you, Rachel Joe, it's been about finding out who you are and what you're all about before you're going to move forward with that type of thing, because it feels like it's a process that you've had to go through and learn, and sometimes we cannot evolve, especially spiritually and on our spiritual paths, when we're in a 9 to 5 or 7 day a week relationship. I'm the same, actually, because I couldn't. Well, your business, same thing. It's getting where you need to be is where I'm coming at, whether that's a spiritual path or it's getting where you need to be. And this is where I'm coming in. So, that's what I'm processing here, and feeling that when you're ready, that person's going to come in, but it'll be on your terms. But it feels, like I say, it feels like, love you, but I'll see you on Tuesday or something. Because you're an independent person. You don't need a man. You don't need a man, so I think you need somebody. Okay, I'm hearing that you'll find someone that isn't too clingy, because you can't do with that. You need somebody that's a man in his own right, that's got his own interests. You can do stuff together, and you can have do stuff separate. You don't need somebody holding on to like your coattails. You don't need that. You don't need someone. You don't need to be a mum to someone. That's what I'm hearing. So I hope that's helped. I really, really hope that's helped, Rachel. If you do want a private reading, you can email me here at angeliclight.sp@gmail.com, and I can always arrange a full-on hour reading with you. So I hope that's helped. Hon. You see, the thing is with Nicole, with that, it's free will. And free will is a tough one to, because if you look at the state of the world, this is how I'm going to give it to you. This is how Michael's giving it to me. Okay, Nicole? So I'm going to give it to you like this. Free will is a bummer. So when someone like me or any psychic medium or anyone wants to tell have that crystal ball and tell what the future holds, free will gets in the way. You're stuffed. Because I can say to you, Nicole, yeah, he's going to Lebanon or wherever he's going, and I'm praying that he's going to be safe. But how do I know that there's not some arsehole, and that's the way I'm going to put it, who has got a flipping, I don't know, a bomb, or do you know what I mean? It's his free will to fire a Scud missile or I can't predict that. You have to understand with what I do, and anybody that does what I do, if it comes to free will, it is frigging hard. I would like to think, Nicole, yes, he's going to be safe, but that was my initial thought. But when it comes down to this shit that goes on in the world, you can't guarantee anything, but all it is, it's his free will. And if he wants to go, and yes, you can't stop him, that's his choice. That doesn't guilt-wise come to your door. And that isn't the thing to say because you're his mummy, but that's the kind of the bottom line of it. So for me, it's hard to predict that because free will, man, it's not great. And all the crap that's going on in the world isn't down to God's free will or God's source or the angels' free will. It's down to independent idiots. Whether they've been taken over by alien orientation or they're working for the dark, whatever you want to say, it's their free will. It's so difficult to put your thumb on it or you know what I mean? But I pray for him. I will pray for your son's safe return. But it is just such a flipping tough one, guys. It really, really is. Free will. It's such a pain in the butt thing. And people don't look at stuff like that. And people say, oh, I want to know, is he going to, fall in love with me, or is my ex coming back to me? Well, how do I know? It's his free will, and free will turns on a sixpence. So that's whenever I do readings, I say to people, I can tell you where the energy's directing now. I can tell you where the energy's going, but that can change. It really can on someone's free will. It's so flipping unpredictable. That's probably why God didn't want the angels to have free will, because he thought, I can't deal with that and everything that's going on with humanity, because humans have free will. I mean, don't get me wrong, angels have gone against free will. All that trouble with Satan and Michael. Yeah, all right, Michael. Getting him out of heaven and the Book of Enoch and all that. If you've ever read it, I don't want to bore you about it, but hey ho. But like I say, sometimes you do wrong in life to learn what wrong is. If you don't know the difference, doing something wrong. You have to have that. It's the same for the angels, I suppose. As my guardian angel was a fallen angel at one time. He's not now. God forgave. He's back in heaven and he's with me. But, you know, sometimes you just have to do wrong stuff to know the difference. But I really hope I will keep him in my prayers. What's his name, Nicole? There was a lesson there for people, by the way. Michael said there was a lesson there for people to know that how free will works and how quick it can change. And, you know, God's source gets a lot of blame for, you know, the way the world is, but it's not. It's the people doing it. It's their choice. It's, you know what I mean? Do you know what? The thing is as well, Perez, and I can't, Antonia Diz. I'm useless. Sorry. Please forgive me for pronunciation. Joseph Joe. Okay, that's fine. Through dealing with spirit all my life, through giving readings and seeing spirit, good grief, I've been giving readings for years and years. I think I gave my first one when I was 16, 18, but I've been seeing spirit all my life. And what I know, Paras, is they can only come through if they want to. Paris, well, I'll say that then. Thank you. It makes it a lot easier for me. Not being from this, not being English isn't my first thing. I get confused. Well, I'm not from this planet, so learning English wasn't easy. Paris, thank you. Yeah, the only thing is, through doing this for all these years, obviously the spirit can only come in if it wants to. And I have found that with spirit, if they weren't necessarily into thinking of life after death, or they're just a bit shy even, they don't always come through. I know a lady who was trying to get her mum for 23 years, and I got her last year. And she's been going to mediums for years. And I actually just asked Spirit, could you try and get her mum to me? And she did come through. And since then, I've given her 2 readings. So if you want to speak to your dad, I would ask him to come through, because I feel he's actually around you a lot. And what I love about this, I'm hearing you feel his presence. You do feel his presence. So if you want him to come through, just ask, I'm hearing. But I did get my friend of mine's mum eventually. So, you know, ask and you shall receive, I'm hearing. Oh, thank you, Miranda. I love doing my readings. Yeah, I knew you did. I heard that. I heard, Paris, that you feel him. But if you want him to come through, just ask him to. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. It feels like his energy is he's quite shy with it. But there's no reason why he can't come through. You know, once he knows you want that, you know, he should be able to come through. I mean, I do with my readings, I can't always guarantee a spirit comes in, because it's their free will, if you like, whether they want to come through the veil and speak to me. I don't know. I don't even know what I get with my readings until I do them. You know, they're usually an hour long anyway, but I honestly, and sometimes even longer, but I don't know what I'm getting until I start them. But there again, it's, you know, I never know what I get, whether, you know, I will get a spirit come in or not. I can ask, but I can't. You can't always guarantee it. But I know you feel him. So, but I do personally. I do a lot of not newly crossed over souls, but first timers that aren't used to it. I'm quite good at getting what I need from them, bringing them forward. You know, Michael helps me because Michael's my gatekeeper. So So yes, but I know that he's around you a lot, Paris. He's such a sweet soul as well. I get he's such a sweet soul, like big-hearted, beautiful soul. I don't know. It's so I don't know why that is. Like I say, Paris, I had somebody I know for 23 years, 22 years trying to get her mum. So it might it might be the fact he's just, not comfortable with coming through to a medium, but he's there with you nonetheless, because I hear that. I hear he's with you anyway. So I'm sorry that he's not rocked up, because I was hoping talking he might come in, but he's not, and it feels like quite a shy energy, although I don't particularly think he was a shy man, but he's not stepping forward at this time, so I'm sorry about that. I was hoping if I kept talking he might come in. Yeah, see, Ben, a lot of us are getting downloads and upgrades at the moment, because I've been feeling very... Don't give up, because he could come through, Paris. He could. So keep asking. But I know he's with you. I know that much, and I know you feel him there. So keep going at it, because he might come through. But I'm sorry I haven't got him today. Otherwise, it would have been nice to bring you, it would be nice to bring you a message, but he's not stepping forward at this time. So I'm sorry for that. Oh, thank you, Montana. I try. I try to be very easygoing. What you see is what you get with me, really. There's no airs and graces. I just am who I am, and I hope that resonates with people. I just try my best, and don't profess to know everything, but I just try my best. But it does feel like with you, Ben, you are getting upgrades. And the thing is, it's like I said earlier, what people aren't understanding, there is a lot of ascension energies as well. There has been. And with ascension energies, it can make the physical body ache. It can, honestly. And people don't get that always, but it's very, very true. Because we're past the new moon and the equinox and all that. I mean, honestly, that I just try and do what I do. There's there's other people basically, and very intuitive people with the moon and the planets. It kind of bamboozles me. I've got enough going on spiritually to do what I do, and do you know what I mean? It's a nightmare, because I ended up feeling very scattered, so I just keep to what I know. Otherwise, you can do that. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I think it is, Montana. What you see is what you get. No, Yeah, it is so thin, but it still doesn't mean to say, Paris, that they want to come through just because the veil's thin between the third and fifth dimension. It doesn't really make any difference, hon. He'll want to come through if he wants to. That's the thing. I mean, like I say, I've been giving readings. I think I gave my first one when I'm coming up 53. I think I gave my first reading when I was 16, 18. I mean, the veil's been very thin from like the 2000, but yeah, I'm sorry, Paris. I was hoping if I kept talking about him, he would come in, but he's not. He's being shy, I'm hearing. Yeah, there is a lot going on, Miranda, honestly, because I know one thing, my butt's been killing me. Like I know it sounds weird, but like the top bit of my legs at the back and my butt has been, good grief, I felt like I've climbed Mount Everest, but I haven't. There's some honestly really heavy energies. very heavy energies. But this week it's weird because it's kind of gone from feeling exhausted this week to now I've got insomnia and I'm not flipping sleeping. So it honestly, it's just, and people don't realize that, you know, they do affect us so much, but they do. And that's why I always say to people, do you know what I mean? Collectively talk to other spiritual people and you'll probably realize that they're feeling the same as you, you know? Well, kind of just told, not when you're sleeping though, I hope not, Paris, just, you know, like when you're like, because that's the type of thing spirit do. They just let you know. Do you know what I mean? They're there with you, and that's the type of thing they do. They like put their hands on your shoulders, they rest them to let you know. But if you're, you know what I mean? But not when you're asleep. I don't like that type of thing. Just saying. God love you. But he's there. He's like, it feels like he's never away from you, but it's just, no, that's good. But it just feels like, yeah. But you're intuitive yourself, Paris. You're very intuitive. So maybe he's trying to talk to you and give you messages, but you're missing that. Are you receiving feathers and that type of thing? I'm just bringing that up for you because it feels like he's trying to communicate through signs. So just be aware of the signs. And if there's any signs you're not sure of, because there's a sign in everything, Paris, look it up on Google. Okay? Are you not having really vivid dreams, Montana Lee? It feels like spirit are really trying to connect with you through dreams. And the reason why I say this, because Montana, you feel very busy in your mind, and it kind of feels like they're wanting confirmation to get confirmation to you, and give you messages, but it feels like you flit a lot in your mind. And this is where I'm hearing it feels like you get vivid dreams, but I'm not understanding if the dreams you even remember them is what I'm hearing. What I want to say is directly what I'm hearing from spirit is the fact that if you aren't getting, and any of you out there, if spirit loved ones are trying to send you messages, if you don't feel you're getting them, you're not communicative, or you're not getting that information from them, God, I get it out. Let's see, use God's name in vain. They will keep giving it until you receive it. But do you know what I'm hearing? Start writing things down. Because when you get up in the morning, if it's fresh in your mind, write it down. You can come back to it later. Ask for the guidance for what the message was. That's what I'm hearing. Meditation would be a good thing for you. I think you've tried it, or you may have tried it and you've got out of the process of it, but I'm hearing it might help slow this flipping mind down, you know, because you jump, bump around. So I'm hearing it might serve you to relax and get clearer messages and try meditation. And I'm hearing there again, if you don't give up, because it feels like, you know, you struggle with that mind process of bringing it back to like quieting your mind, you know. Yeah, because it feels like, I know this sounds really weird, but it feels like that, like you did it one time, and it was the wildest story about a man and me with some type of box that was burning in the basement. Weird laugh at, but that was the last I wrote. Do you know what I got from that? It's like releasing of emotions, but it was in a box and you were burning it. That's what I got from that. And I heard that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you needed to release it or release something. But I'm hearing meditation would help you, even if you tried it before you went to sleep. And just try, because I really feel these messages they're trying to get them through to you, and that's what I'm hearing. I don't know, because normally with past life experiences, but I can be different, Paris, to others, is the fact that if I meet someone and I think I've known them in a past life, I usually get a mini movie of where I knew them. It was, for me, that burning of a box, because I always think you know you can put emotions into a box, you know. No idea. The guns seem pretty dapper in a top hat. I don't want to sound crazy. There's nothing crazy about dreams, you know. There's nothing crazy about dreams at all. Sometimes they just take time to decipher. But like I say, well, I don't want to go off track, Montana, but it's the fact that if you're not receiving the messages they're trying to get to you, you know, they will keep giving them to you until you get them. Doesn't sound crazy, no. I mean, I had something happening, like I had a real weird dream last week, but then when I deciphered it, I understood what spirit were trying to share with me, and what it was, like someone was trying to spy on me. Someone was trying to spy and find my Facebook account. That's why everything got shut down last week. So they told me. Do you know? You know? So because I just said to spirit, what does it mean? Well, I didn't get that, because it was like a camera, but it was like somebody was looking through the camera, and then when I broke it down, it was like, oh my god, I've got it. Yeah, but you're in the ethers, Paris, as well. You don't remember. The thing is, we all go to the ether, the higher realms, when we sleep, and we don't always remember you know what we're doing, because a lot of us work in the ethers as well, you know, when we're in spirit form, and a lot of people don't realize that, you know. So you have probably dreamt, but you're just not remembering that. So very interesting. But yeah, your mind is 100 miles an hour, but I'm just hearing, try meditation, because it might work for you in all areas of your life, and also just chill you a bit, Montana. It might just chill you out. So it might, you know, slow the mind down a bit from all this jumping about, but also because it feels a lot of nervous energy, but it might just also get those messages coming in more, and it might you know, just chill you out a bit. This is what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps. I really, really hope that helps. Feels like you got to heal though, as well. And it with you, I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're trying to control everything. So you can't relax enough to have a decent night's sleep. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. So it feels like you're, you know, quite uptight and like a nervous energy, and you're trying to, you know, control everything. And yeah, it feels like you, because of that, it's like you're not having a restful night's sleep, because it doesn't feel like sleep apnea. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like you're just too uptight. You're a bit highly strung in a sense to chill. And I think this is where, you know, I'm getting that whole vibe about, you know, meditation, chilling, and bringing that like a bit more chill out energy for you to then on the back of that. And you can do meditation. I hear you. You can do meditation, obviously going off to sleep, you know. You can like have your little earplugs in, and I mean there's thousands on YouTube. You could get, get all sorts to, help, and that might help take you off to sleep as well, relax, because it's all about trying to get you relaxed. Well, it'll help center you, Montana. It'll help center your mind as well. But all I'm hearing is, sweetheart, it's something that takes time. And if your mind drifts, then bring it back and try it, because I think Spirit wouldn't bring it up if they didn't think it would help you in some way. So I hope that helps. Something I didn't expect to talk to you about today, but that's what Spirit are like. They talk about I suppose the most kind of things to help you at a time, but like I say, see how you go, and give it a go. I'm hearing, don't be scared, give it a go, and see how you go, sweetie, with it. See how you go. Yeah, because meditation, you have to understand as well, Michael's saying that with meditation, it can actually help you actually like have a healing, like a deeper healing when you're out the body as well, when you're out of the physical. But with you, Montana, it does feel like, that you're stressy, uptight, and that's why you just can't shut your physical down, and your brain is then keeps bumping into play because it doesn't feel like sleep apnea. So I hope that helps. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. That is where I'm at. Yeah, you only have bad dreams, Wendy, if you're in the lower planes. If you're getting high enough in the ethers, in the higher realms, then you don't have nightmares. And if you are having nightmares, ask your angels to take you higher in the astral plane, because then you do not get them. People don't realize that. That's what can cause nightmares, is you're not getting high enough in the realms, as it were. You're in the lower realms. So yes, right, do I have any more to say? Well, I hope you guys, thank you for popping in and seeing me and hanging out with me. Yeah, but that's really good. Yeah, do you know what happens to me, Rachel, when I sleep with my crystals? The energy wakes me up, so I can't sleep with them. I sleep with my amethyst under my bed and to the side of my bed, because that helps aids restful sleep. Amethyst, but I cannot have them near me. They wake me up. It's like if I wear crystals, generally the power of them, I just have to take them off and put them, so I think with meditation, it's what works with you, because some people's voices don't work for me. They have that, oh no. So you have to, it's like, it's horses for courses, guys. It's whatever works for you. And that's why when I talk about spirituality, or I talk about, spiritual practices, you find your own niche, how you want to do it. I only suggest things and kind of, but it's, you have to find who and what works for you, basically. And that's all part of your spiritual path. I mean, it is a bit of a hunt. You know what I mean? It is a bit of a hunt on your spiritual path. But if we all knew everything straight away, then it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? It'd be like, oh, I know everything. So Spirit always, kind of make things a bit of a hunt for us. So, we evolve as we go. And that's what it's all about, because if we came here, we knew everything, there would be no growth, no spiritual involvement or soul involvement. So it is very, very much what works for you, And, you know, when you're on your spiritual processing path, then you find it out. And that's what it's all about. So even though I can suggest things, it's not all about, you know, it's what works for you guys. It's what works for you. And that's what's important. Yeah, I've got amethyst. I mean, I have crystals all over the place, but yes. Well, my beautiful souls, thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry I didn't get through to everyone today. But I'll be back next week. So I shall see you here. But much love, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. Much love. Have a good week. And take care, everyone, okay? Much love to you. Mwah. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.